Hi, welcome to this episode of The Daily. My name is Brendan Malone. Well, apparently there are a few fans, or more than a few fans, of the Walking Dead television series who are quite upset with the way this last season has played out, particularly this final cliffhanger episode, and not just that, but a whole lot of other things that have happened throughout the season as well. When I read the articles in the paper about this, it kind of got me thinking about the fact, and I guess kind of grateful about the fact that I actually walked away from The Walking Dead a couple of seasons ago now. It for a whole lot of reasons. I think this television series has basically gone off track. It's interesting because there are things that, in a sense, when you look at the original source material, in this case it was based on a comic book, you think this could actually work quite well in a television series. Certainly wouldn't work as a movie, even a series of movies, because there's just so much involved in this mythology. I don't think you could condense it down into a movie, certainly not one movie, and I don't think even a trilogy of movies would do it justice. But a TV series, in theory, sounds like the perfect vehicle to actually portray this source material in another medium. But they haven't done that well, I don't think. And I think it started a couple of seasons ago, really. They resorted to using gore and shock tactics as a way of, as a substitute for good, solid storytelling. There was long, slow filler episodes. The characters started to become more and more cliche. And then I think the biggest problem of all is they got themselves into a rinse, wash, repeat sort of cycle with storytelling. So there were certain things that you knew were going to happen each season. The survivors would find themselves banded together in some sort of commune or building or prison or whatever it was. There would be a threat from the outside, and there would be a threat, some sort of inner turmoil threat from the inside, and the two things would culminate at the end of the season in the whole thing falling over, and then rinse, wash, repeat. You'd go back and repeat that whole cycle all over again. The first couple of seasons of the show, I think, were quite good, and what made it good was they actually steered away from a lot of the gore, and they really focused on the human stories, and that's what made this so unique as a television series. And I think what made the first couple of seasons really worthwhile was it really did unpack and focus tightly in on those human relationships and how those characters were dealing with that situation. And I think that perhaps if they had set themselves a more realistic target for how many series they were going to do, so instead of producing series after series after series, if they'd said, right, we're just going to stop this after 3 or 4 series, I think they would have told a really good self-contained story, and they would have got everything in there that they needed to, instead of having this thing that just sort of started to meander. And to be fair, I think once they lost Frank Darabont, who was involved in the first season, once they lost him, I think the show definitely changed in tone and what it was. But instead of that, I guess the typical American TV way is to try and milk a cash cow for as long as they can, as opposed to, say, the British television model where you have very tight, self-contained series. Like you might only have 6 episodes in a series, and a television program might run for only 2 or 3 series, and at the end of it you're very satisfied because they tell all the stories that need to be told and they don't drag it out far too long. As for me, I don't think I'll be going back to The Walking Dead anytime soon, and I suspect after this season that the show may have lost a whole lot of other fans as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on The Daily.